Yeah, for sure. There's a lot going. Marvel came up with a lot of stuff that they're planning at Comic Con. A lot of stuff. I'm very excited about Blade. I'm very excited about them remaking Blade. I can't think of that actor's name, but he looks
Wesley
just like
Snipes?
Wesley Snipes.
Oh,
No. Wesley's like 60 something now.
No, I thought that's who you
It's
were trying to think of.
yeah. They've got a new guy. He was in that movie where he's driving Aragorn around the South or whatever, or Aragorn's driving him around the South, like Green Notebook or some shit.
I don't remember the name. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and he looks just like fucking Wesley Snipes, and he'll be great at that. I'm very pumped for like a new fucking hopefully R-rated Blade. Love Blade, love Wesley Snipes' Blade.
I don't know Blade. I don't know if I saw Blade. And I think I'm happy about that. I think I'm going to walk into the next Blade not like as a clean slate.
Do you want to know the basics of Blade?
Sure.
Lay it out. I don't think I've ever seen it.
Blade's mother, when she's like 9 months pregnant, gets attacked by a vampire. So, bitten, and she dies on the operating table, the birthing table or whatever. But the vampiric virus is in the infant. But because like it was right as he was being born and it sort of went through his mother, he becomes like this hybrid where he's what they call a daywalker. He has all of their strengths and none of their weaknesses. And he's trained by an old white guy who's been fighting vampires for years to be the ultimate vampire slayer. And so he's like tons of martial arts, tons of like cool James Bond type weaponry, a badass car. He's got a sword with an acid edged blade. With like a trick handle. Like every now and then the other vampires will think they've disarmed him and they're like, I got his sword. And the inside the handle are like two blades that go like that and just tear their hand apart. Like immediately like take their fucking hand off. And then just he's super brutal. Just blood and guts and ripping people apart and burning them alive with like infrared light beams that is his old mentor his old mentor is kind of like his Q. Like cooking up gadgets for him, like for in a James Bond type scenario. As the Blades go on, they get worse. But Blade 1 is cool as shit. Blade 1 is great.
I'm down. I hope it's R-rated. What's R-rated aside from Deadpool? Is that it?
Of what, the superhero movies?
Yeah. And the Disney properties.
No,
this will have to be R-rated.
Okay. It's supposed to be.
Yeah, definitely so. Like it's a Marvel comic, but it's part of their like dark fucking universe shit. Like it's real violent.
I hope it crosses over, right? I hope Blade.
Oh, that'd be sick.
Like, I don't know. Next time there's a civil war, is that what they called it? And fucking Blade pops up on top of the plane with his sword and hits Captain America's shield.
He's super badass. Super badass. And Wesley Snipes is legit martial artist. When you see him like throwing punches and kicks, he looks legit. Like there's no part.
Joe Rogan. Did you know the story, right?
Totally know all about it.
Fans might not, but there was a rumor that Wesley Snipes was going to fight Joe Rogan, and one of Joe Rogan's guests asked him about it. He's like, "That was all still." He's like, "No, that was real. That was real." Wesley Snipes wanted to fight, and I said yes, and it kind of died out there. But he's like, he's like,
never heard about this.
Wesley Snipes is pretty. He's really fit, more fit than you might be thinking, and he was a legit martial artist, and I guess he thought he could beat Joe Rogan, but Joe Rogan is like a Brazilian. I don't know if he was a black belt at the time, but he was a legit Brazilian jiu-jitsu practitioner,
Taekwondo black belt,
not just black belt, because it's not that hard to get a black belt, but he was a successful competitor and instructor and like a very good taekwondo. So he had striking and he had grappling, and I don't know what Wesley Snipes had, but my money's on Rogan.
Fuck Wesley Snipes up. I'd have loved to have seen that fight. I like celebrity fights, especially when
Joe.
Yeah, but I was watching Joe's workout the other day. You should look that up on YouTube. It's about a 2-year-old video, and he's like shirtless, wearing those like stretchy pants. And he's doing this dumbbell workout that's nutty.
He's the kettlebell one where he's swinging them all over the place?
He's got like 125-pound kettlebell with it like back on his wrist, like the weight is back here, and he's holding it like this, and he's got it like back here, and he's doing like lunges, and when he stands, he like fucking presses it one-armed like straight up. Just a ridiculous, crazy workout that he's doing. And he's got, he's doing resistance bands, and he's doing calisthenics, and he's doing the kettlebell shit, and then he's in the sauna at 170 degrees. It's pretty nutty, and he's very fit.
He's ripped.
When you see his body, like he doesn't skip leg day. Like there's no fat down there. He's just ripped all up. Like he's in amazing shape.
Oh, Blade, 1973.
Yeah.
Some guy named
I want new
Cyborg.
Blade. Blade's a cool fucking comic. I want new Blade. Well, I mean, you saw the Blade movies with Wesley Snipes, right?
It's been so long. I think so, but
You remember he's like super serious. I blade with my sword and I kill vampires. Like he took it super seriously. And you know, Wesley Snipes is pretty good at like martial arts, so the fight scenes look good, especially for the time. Have you ever seen that quote from the actor who played alongside him in like Blade 3? He's like, I've never met Wesley Snipes. I've only met Blade. Like he made a movie with the man. He's like there'd be scenes where like Wesley would come in and he'd do all the stunts and he'd choreograph everything and he'd do all the fights and then he'd leave and the director said, all right, now let's film with the stunt guys. Come on. Now, let's do the part we're going to use in the movie now, guys.
So Wesley Snipes like is watching it like, damn, I killed that scene.
Probably. He probably doesn't even know that. Like, he's like, God damn, I got my leg high for that. I remember it not looking so good. Fuck yeah, I still got it. Blade 4. Yeah,
I don't remember having Asian looking hands. That's crazy.
You see like the black arm makeup ending at the elbow or something. Yeah. Wesley Snipes is I always liked his fucking movies. I thought he was cool. I like the Blade movies too. I think they're gonna start making some more Blade movies, but I don't know who's gonna play it.
I like how he cheated on his taxes and he didn't even try to mitigate it. Just held the line. He held the line all the way to the
shaggy
end.
Defense.
It wasn't me. It was not me who didn't pay $30 million worth of taxes. And it's like, well, it says right here it is. It's like,
did he?
You're gonna have to send
paying taxes by going to jail. Like, did they give him a choice of saying like you either pay $30 million in back taxes or go to jail for a year? And he's like, well, fuck, I'm not making $30 million a year anyway. It's my most profitable avenue. I feel choose to believe that's how it works.
I feel like with taxes, the government will ream you and take they're going to err on the side of
they're going to get Wesley Snipes' future income. Good luck with that.
3 years in prison in 2008 and was fined $5 million. Whew. 3 years and $5 million. Mm-hmm. I gave you both an amazing suggestion last week for something to watch. You gave me one. I went and watched every episode of Ozark.
There we go. We got to talk about that.
Did you watch any Peacemaker?
Yes, I'm caught up.
Oh no,
I haven't seen the most recent episode, the one that came out like midnight last night, or like
Oh well, then I'm not caught up. I thought.
Yeah, I'm not caught up with that one. All right, what do you think of Peacemaker?
I like Peacemaker a lot. I didn't know what it was going to be. And oh, by the way, Kyle, to your credit, Kyle has told us about Peacemaker. He sells it, right? And Kyle has a special knack for this. And for example, he's telling you about the character. You sort of want to know who he is and the nature of the show. He says he's looking at his X-ray and he says, man, can you like increase the contrast? I look like a guy that only focuses on bulk. And I spend a lot of time on my smaller muscle groups. That happens like 6 minutes. Kyle gave no spoilers, yet pulled me into the show. And I was just watching. I was like, man, like this is the thing Kyle said. This is the thing I've hit all Kyle's notes, and I'm only 12 minutes in this show so far. Like, really well done. Peacemaker is a blast. They hit genuine comedy. I'm genuinely intrigued as to where it's going. I'm thinking before I talk. They unveil who the what's the opposite of protagonist? Antagonist. Yeah, they unveil who the antagonist is slowly. The little clues drop, and I'm sucked into what this is going to be and who they are and what we're going to learn about this this enemy. And yeah, I did that well. I didn't spoil shit right there.
No, yeah, nailed it.
So what I'm saying is I'm genuinely pulled into the core plot line. I also enjoy the silliness that sits on top of it, in the writing style and the character and this and that. And if you like seeing naked women, there's good sex here and there.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with all of that. Everyone that has reported back to me has agreed. They also liked it. It's that James Gunn style of humor with an R rating, and it turns out that's pretty good, even if you don't give a fuck about the characters. So anybody who's like turned off by the superhero shit, like, you don't need to watch anything else. You can just watch this, because like this is a standalone thing where superheroes are less important to the plot than anything you can imagine. Like they're like openly mocking Aquaman and Batman.
Yes.
There's a part where like Peacemaker is this like C tier superhero at best. Most people consider him a C tier super villain, or maybe something in between. They're like, aren't you that racist super villain? It's like, no, he's got like he's always concerned about his PR. Like I mean, he just got out of prison, you know, for God knows what. And he's kind of bad mouthing like the real superheroes. They'll be like, "Do you have a coterie of supervillains?" They're like, "No, I don't have one. Batman does. You know, he's got like the Joker and the Riddler and this guy and that guy." He's like, "Let me tell you about Batman. He's just a weak little punk, okay? And if he had the balls to kill some of those fucks, they wouldn't be getting out and murdering people all the time. You ever think about that? And Aquaman, let me tell you, a guy at the aquarium told me he slipped him $50 to come in there and fuck the fish."
he made a good point about Batman. I was giving you time. He's like, how many people do you think that Batman is indirectly killed by not killing the Joker and not killing the Riddler or whatever? Thousands of people are dead because he doesn't have the balls. And I'm like,
that's so true. Like, Batman's a pussy. He really is a pussy. He's afraid of bats, first of all, because of what? One did a low flyby at one point. Is that the story? Is that the lore?
About mocking my favorite?
I don't know anything about Batman, and I'm going off. Batman, he's a pussy. He's a bitch. He never kills his foes. He can't solve riddles fast enough to like. Who are his big guys?
I'm not even sure he's afraid of bats.
No, that's why that's his thing. He's like, I name myself after what I'm afraid of. Bats. And now they can share in my fear.
He took his own fear and he weaponized it against those who use fear as their tactic against the weak.
It's me, leukemia man. I'm terrified of blood cancers.
I'm like, it's Halloween. I'm gonna be chilly, man.
Yeah.
Oh no. Yeah, Peacemaker's great. He's got like a cool sidekick who's basically Jeffrey Dahmer. He's got a big fat black woman friend who's really funny and great. Love her character. She's even a lesbian too, so she's checking like so many boxes. It's woke as fuck. And there's this character called the Judo Master, who's like this tiny little Asian man in like a green suit, and he's just like you know, he is what imagine the Judo Master. Yep, you got it. He's going and like beating people up. And
is he a hero or is he just very good at judo?
It doesn't matter if he's a hero or a villain. It really doesn't matter what anyone is. They're just people dressed sillily, and they're fighting it out to the death mostly.
I'm curious, Kyle, because I know you know more about Batman than me, barely. What is the rationale for him to not kill the Joker? And because my understanding is like he's kind of takes a pussy way out where he's like, I'm no better than the Joker if I kill him. And it's like he's trying to terrorist bomb 2 transport boats right now. You're definitely better than him if you kill him.
Yeah, he just has a code of honor there, right? He's got like that he doesn't break. And I'm not sure.
It's almost like they have to keep the code of honor intact for Batman because it seems like he's so much more powerful than his foes on like a toe-to-toe basis. Like Batman versus the Joker toe-to-toe. Is the Joker going to catch him with that knife in the boot? Really? Like, no. And he's got no armor on. He's wearing like a fucking Goodwill suit. He's going to get his ass handed to him. The Riddler, he just kind of has you
but their advantage is that they're so much more devious and evil than him. Because you just talked about the thing about Batman. He doesn't kill. And the thing about his villains is they love killing. They like killing the people that Batman loves.
You got to kill people who love killing.
You know, the Joker kidnapped Commissioner Gordon's was it his niece, I think, and like raped her and then shot her in the spine and crippled her and then took pictures of her and stuff. I don't know if he raped her. Maybe I added that. Some of that happened though. Like he's got some truly evil villains.
That happened in the Chris Nolan movie?
Yeah.
That he shot a woman in the spine and paralyzed her and he raped her?
Yeah.
Damn, that movie was dark.
It's called The Dark Knight for a reason.
It's not
Taylor.
rape if she can't feel it, Batman.
Oh, no.
You're a fucking disgusting animal. I'm going to kill you. That's what he should do. That's what he should do. But then he's going to go there and the Joker's going to throw 3 of those dollar store smoke bombs and then run away.
They should do that storyline where Superman kills the Joker.
Yeah, that would be a way better one. And then he can they should start a new Batman storyline because I know they all go concurrent. Like there's a million threads and stuff.
Yeah.
They could do one where it's like Batman, like hardcore. Like he doesn't take prisoners. If it's like a corner store robbery and he's got time, he's not going to kill them. But like the hardcore guys, and then he starts running through the list. The Penguin, dead. Lex Luthor, no, that's Superman. Dr. Freeze. The Joker, Riddler. What are other ones? The crocodile guy. Just
Octopus,
run through them.
Clayface.
Another classic.
Two-Face.
Two-Face, the
Two-Face.
least threatening guy ever. He's like just waiting to get septic.
Penguin
and then die.
might be least threatening ever.
Penguin? The Penguin has that umbrella, and that's like it, right? Like I've never understood.
Well, no, he has money, right? Isn't he
Not-
super rich?
He wears
I
a
don't-
tuxedo, so it checks out.
Yeah,
Checks out.
because if you
But
have
I think that's
any,
just
yeah, okay.
to look like a penguin. I think that's just the penguin theme.
And he doesn't have powers.
No, he quacks.
Penguins don't even quack.
Yeah, but he does. He sort of does this "Wah," sort of thing.
Danny DeVito.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Wait,
Scarecrow.
is it Dr. Freeze? Mr. Freeze?
I think is it Victor Von Freeze, Dr. Victor Von Freeze? I think.
This is Arnold Schwarzenegger's character.
Yeah. Not only the character that he portrayed, but it's a long time Batman villain.
Yeah. That I remember being young enough when I watched that.
He's
that I
one of
thought
the ones. Dr. Freeze is one of the ones who's like totally relatable. Like he's not a bad guy. His wife, I think, was like dying of some illness that he couldn't cure, so he froze her,
Mhm.
and I think he cured the disease, but now he can't unfreeze her without her dying. And he's like, I think his whole thing is he's trying to find a way to thaw his wife out. So he's like stealing a diamond for his research. It's not even that bad, you know?
Yeah. He's actually a hero.
Like Batman needs to be like, yo, I can fund this. Let's work together. Like the guy's making space lasers. Batman could totally use an ice laser. I
That
want
is
that
true.
comic. Taylor, you would like the one called
like
The Batman Who Laughs, I think. And it's this like multiverse concept with a bunch of evil Batmen and like different kinds of Batman, and they're pretty hardcore. That's a good one.
The Batman Who Laughs.
Yeah. Also, you would have got confused because Rob Schneider in both movies.
Yeah,
It's a mistake that
was
can't be
good.
made. But shucks.
Except for the hulking black guy, they were very close.
Yeah, Wesley Snipes is great in that.
He was awesome in that.
Yeah,
That's the thing I loved about Wesley is that he was a martial artist in real life.
Yeah.
So when he did his moves, that's why I loved Blade so much, because he did stuff that an actor wouldn't do. Like when he'd get ready to fight and he'd draw his sword in front of him, on the ground, like a line across. You know what I mean? Like he did little things that a martial artist would know, and that's why Blade was so wonderful.
I can't remember who it was that's in the who's the guy that plays Daredevil? His name's escaping me.
The TV show or the bad one?
Not Daredevil. Deadpool. Is it Ryan?
Oh, Ryan
Reynolds?
Ryan Reynolds. I think he's in Blade 3, Blade Trinity.
Yeah, that was so horrible.
It's real bad. So, and there was an interview later on where he was like, they asked him, they were like, what's it like to work with Wesley Snipes? He's like, who? Wesley Snipes. Oh, I've actually never met Wesley Snipes. I've only met Blade.
Yeah.
Because apparently, like every time they interacted, he was Blade. Like he
was
persona, same
method
character.
acting. But there was a lot. That was a cursed set because nobody got along. Wesley knew the script was bad, and he fought the director over every scene. Like it was a really bad. And again, it was a stupid, they turned it into a
Stupid anyway.
comedy.
Well,
You know what
why
I
are
mean?
they throwing those 2 white kids in there anyway?
Well, that's the thing. It didn't make any sense to bring the extra characters in it. And
Yeah.
it's
I've
like,
always wondered. Oh, I'm sorry.
no,
I thought
Blade
it was
2 was so good with what's his name from Hellboy. And,
yeah.
And then they brought the Japanese samurai guy.
Yeah, they had the whole team of like
exactly
Blade Slayers that he like. It's a cool
Yes.
concept.
I don't know any
yeah.
of these movies. What are they from the
How
90s?
could you not know Blade?
It's from like 2000. It's the first Marvel movie that like blew up and made like 50-60 million dollars. Blade is
First
50
Blade-
million.
It was huge,
Dude,
It was
huge.
that started. That got the ball rolling. So
Now
like,
Blade
it'll
is
make
the
a
reason
billion.
why.
Woody, have you
they're-
never seen Blade?
I think I have, but it's been
He's
so
a black
long.
vampire with a samurai sword that's acid edged, and he fights other vampires in the
Back
night.
when that movie came out, Wesley Snipes didn't pay taxes, and I was a young man. Why are we talking?
Oh, no. That was way before not paying taxes, bro.
Yeah,
Was
he
it
did his time?
Yeah.
that
That was his prime. Yeah. Like that
he
movie
didn't pay
was
taxes at that time. But
that opening scene in the nightclub, and they start pouring blood from the ceiling, and it's like that was like I saw that in theaters, and it was like the Matrix of that time.
Yeah, that
Like, it was
movie.
insane.
That movie still holds up super well, except for that one scene at the end with the CGI when Whisker or what? Not Whisker. Whatever the
Whistler.
head-
No, Whistler's a good guy. I know what you're
Whistler's the
talking
good guy. I'm
Deacon
trying to-
Frost.
Frost. Yeah. When Frost turns into a CGI blood vampire or whatever, that's kind of nonsensical. But the rest of the movie is sick.
Yeah.
I remember when they put him in that like crazy crucifix thing that like pierced him over, and I was like, "Fuck,
Yeah,
that's
that
so
was-
hardcore."
And then his mom,
Yeah,
like, you know what I'm saying? Like that was such a good movie. And then he goes, "Some motherfuckers always want to ice skate uphill." I was like,
Pretty good way.
"Yeah."
Snipes.
That was nice when he said that. I was
Pretty good
like,
one.
but it was took on a whole different. And I had the comic book before that came out, so I was freaking out. But
That's cool.
it really, changed the whole vibe of vampirism. Right?
It helped.
And I was like,
I think it helped like black male action stars like take another step. I think it helped like comic book movies in general take another step.
Well-
I watched Unbreakable last night. That's another one that's like
dude,
kind of a
oh
quasi-
my gosh.
there's this one shot that I had never noticed before, and it's after the Orange Man, who's like the villain, pushes him off the balcony. He goes in the pool. Little girls save him, and he does like a press, gets out of the pool, and the camera stays low though, so you just see him from like the maybe the upper thighs down with an upward angle, so you see the 2 girls, and his raincoat becomes a cape in that shot, and it's like in that moment now he's flipped the switch, and he goes in and fucking rear naked chokes that giant motherfucker to death, and that scene is really simple. It's literally just a 1 minute chokeout scene, but the guy is slamming Bruce Willis into that wall so hard. I know.
Yeah, and the wall's breaking and everything.
But
Yeah.
I just always think like when the cops got there the next day and they looked in that room at that big man dead, and then like holes in the wall that are like 8 feet up, body size, like
Yeah.
we're like, what the fuck happened?
Yeah. But how well thought out was that series?
Oh,
Like
great.
years apart and then split after with what's his name?
I love Split with James McAvoy.
Why didn't he get an Oscar for that?
I don't know why that wasn't nominated, because that to me was a really good. It's a unique kind of performance.
Yes.
But it's really well done. It's really well done. But he's got so many of them in him.
And when he played the woman,
yeah,
the woman character, like he did and just the body transformation that I don't.
He got
think they used
ripped.
CGI. He
He
got
fucking-
so ripped. He got so ripped.
they got to be using some CGI a little
That's
bit.
what I thought. But if they did, they hit it really well.
I think that.
Because
So like you can look a lot different, but if you like.
dehydrate.
If you hydrate up and get a little bit round, get a little fluffy, and then go on camera as that, like do your like normal shit like that, and then always have bad posture and crouch a little bit and stuff. And then when you're gonna be the beast, fucking let him get out, let him dehydrate a little bit, let him get a pump going on, let him make his skin a little bit redder, and then hit him with maybe some CGI veins, and then just let him stand big and tall and be imposing, and he's just gonna look like that. I guess.
Woody, do you know what we're talking about right now?
No, I was looking. I was curious though about why didn't he get an Oscar? So like, I wonder who. I can't say why it wasn't nominated. Some of this shit, like Bryan Cranston and Trumbo.
It's a
I don't
movie.
even know.
Oh, yeah. I didn't.
Redman in the Danish Girl. Like, I don't know these fucking people.
Oh, that's the guy from Dangerous Beasts. He's a very good actor.
But that was the year that Leonardo DiCaprio won in The Revenant. So
Mm.
why he didn't get nominated?
Oh, yeah.
I get you. Beating
Revenant
beating
was
Leah.
hardcore.
I told Woody the other day, because I'm a Star Trek nerd. I found out the other day that instead of LeVar Burton, they were going to go with Wesley Snipes as LaForge on Star Trek. You know, he's the engineer with that chrome shit on his face.
Yeah,
Can you imagine buff ass Wesley Snipes? Like, motherfucker, get these engines going. We got to come on, everybody, work together. Like he'd been so big and scary next to Worf, because Michael Dorn plays Worf, and he's just a normal sized fella. Like he's not like physically.
Is Wesley
imposing.
Snipes big and strong?
He's my height. He's 5'10".
You never seen Blade?
I've seen White Men Can't Jump, and I know he's athletic.
You got to see Blade.
Sometimes in Hollywood, like, everybody's 5'8". You don't realize it.
He's not only athletic, and he's an
actual martial artist.
He's a martial artist. I can't remember which one. It might be Taekwondo. Remember, Joe Rogan and him were going to fight. Remember that story?
Snipes is 5'9".
I'm 5'10", but yeah, he's my height. Yeah, no, I've seen him do.
The shorter you are, the better you look on camera, though.
Tom Cruise is what, 5'3"?
It's easier to match you next to a woman and get you in a frame tighter. It's easier for you to get like bulked up enough to look very physically good. The fact that Chris Hemsworth is, I think, like 6'3" or something, and he looks like that as Thor is crazy. If he were if Tom Cruise had done all the drugs and working out that Chris Hemsworth did, he'd look like Hulk fucking Hogan.
Yeah,
you'd be like, you're a freak. Like it's because he's so big that he holds all that so well and doesn't look like a freak.
Tom Cruise has to do something, some sort of anti-aging regimen.
It's called
it's magic. Yeah.
It's also
called
CGI.
Scientology.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they just
CGI, but I see him on plenty of interviews and stuff.
No, he's in great shape. You can't hate on Tom Cruise, bro. He's in amazing shape. He's 61, 62?
He's definitely
50. I think he's 51, 52.
No, he's
51,
older
52.
than me. He's older than me.
But also, people who are like 5'7",
he's 60.
Better than people who are like 6'5".
He's older than me.
Tom Cruise is 60.
I don't.
July 3rd, 1962.
That's what I'm saying. He looked good for his age.
All right, so now that we just established that Tom Cruise is fucking 60 years old, Zach, show me the poster for the new Tom Cruise movie where he has clearly jumped a motorcycle off a mountain, jumped clear of it, and is doing a back and is like gliding through the air like Superman wearing either a parachute or a wingsuit. And you know it's him. That's that same little fucker that was in his tighty whities dancing 5 decades ago. Now he's jumping motorcycles off of mountains because he wants to.
And he did that shot like
he did that jump
6 times that day.
Parachute shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know what? I like that he won't let anybody bully him out of the religion he's into.
Oh.
He likes it.
I heard he's out.
You know what? Let him enjoy his thing.
There's a picture where like the motorcycle is tumbling through the air and he is literally like flying like right to left. But yeah, I hate Tom Cruise as a human being because I'm pretty sure he's into some skeezy
Why?
shit.
What do you do?
And well, he's a capo.
It's funny. That's why I like
international in an international cult. So that I kind of hold against him a little bit. However,
that's cool. That's like being a cardinal.
That just shows how he has charisma.
He's dedicated to his art.
Don't hate cult leaders.
All of his movies are good.
Yeah, they're good movies, and I would follow him.
I'll see all of his movies. Bro.
I mean, I will follow this, but I'm not gonna fucking hang on to those paddles and get my body thetans whacked. I need.
If Tom tells me it would help me, he would know.
Tom Cruise has
Tom.
Like
Tom.
I don't know what to call it, like an extremer's resume that is
you see his
impossible
posture
to
there?
compete with.
Perfect.
He's okay. Posture talk.
I think it's important. Like you see the stunt there? He's like perfect. Like
he's not flailing.
He didn't just like, all right, launch me. Like I don't know. I love that guy's movies and the attention to detail. All the Mission Impossible movies. He's on like
all
the 8th or 9th one, and they're so good. I don't know.
Except for the second one was average, but the rest of them were amazing.
Yeah. I like that. Who's the women he's bagged? Katie Holmes. Who's the hot redhead he married for?
Whoa. Can I just interject real quickly on Katie Holmes? He's never bagged a woman in his life. What do you mean bagged? They were bagged for him by the science. This is all like
I'm listening.
fact. This is known. They went out and got her and arranged for him to be with her alone. All of his relationships are calculated things that the Scientologists have put together for
I'm not sure if
But
that's
to be
more
fair,
or less
hold
baller.
on. To be fair, though, all those A-list guys, that's how they get women now. I'm not talking about the scientific part, but they have assistants.
He utilizes
go
a
and
cult.
call, so.
Yeah.
His cult has handlers who like arrange his relationships based on.
Is
like,
that cooler or less cool, Kyle?
That's terrifying.
That's power.
Power is getting up. Tiger Woods was doing it the right way. The fact that they get I
Whipping out
still
his
can't
long
believe-
schlong and saying you need a ride.
the most racist. like I was team white.
Hey baby, I'm gonna drive this into your pussy. just like horrible.
You don't know what Tiger Woods. You don't remember what Tiger Woods did. Tiger Woods was a prolific user.
I'm
of
in the rough.
prostitutes.
Oh, was he? That makes sense, actually.
I can't
Because
believe you don't remember this.
But he's a nerd,
threw
though.
him
He
under
had
the
to be.
bus. So they threw him under the bus like they have never done anyway. They made it out like he killed somebody. He was making public apologies. Remember, his wife like divorced him, took half his money, assaulted him and shit, and everybody was on her fucking side. And all he did, look, he cheated prolifically with dozens of prostitutes. But Michael Vick was murdering dogs, and it's like they were treated about the same by the media. It's so fun. He's like, well, this is Iron Man 1 million. All right. He's a beyond Omega level character. Basically, Shazam has come over from the DC universe and bestowed Iron Man with magical powers. His armor is made of mithril now, and he's invincible. And I'm just like, cool. All right, got the mithril Iron Man. All right, tell me more. Well, he's gonna face off against Galactus, the Eater of Worlds. Now he's a and I'm just like, all right, okay. I listened to like, I don't know how many of those videos. Like I fell asleep listening to them last night. Had ridiculous dreams.
Dude.
Ridiculous dreams.
I've gone through the same rabbit hole. It's kind of fun. I know it's not for Taylor, but they're like, like
I like my stupid
they
shit, too.
describe like what it would take to kill Deadpool or Wolverine, and how they've been dead before, but then part of a drop of blood got next to another part of a drop of blood, and then it just regenerated into Wolverine from there. Like you have to separate all the drops of blood.
Yeah, he'll tell like there are these like comic books that'll be like one-offs that or they'll exist in like an alternate universe than the main Marvel universe or the main DC universe or whatever. Because there's each comic book series has their own like multiverse with many different realities, and where like we exist in one of them. We're like DC Earth number 5, where there aren't where comic book heroes exist only in the movies and comics. But DC Universe Prime or Zero is like the one that we're most familiar with. But then there's where like Batman is Batman and Superman is Superman. But there's like, I don't know, 55 other ones or something like that. And he'll go into all these stories. Like I watched one today, like telling the entire backstory of the Punisher. And it's pretty cool. He was in Vietnam, and they're telling like a Punisher Vietnam story that involves like rape and mercy killings and human trafficking and all this crazy. There's nudity. They're like real adult stories in some.
Is the Punisher the one who goes around and just like murders people who have done bad things?
He straight up murders evil people.
He's what the heck is the Keanu Reeves
Oh,
movie?
I think I'm thinking of Judge Dredd.
He's kind of
that's the
John
same.
Wicky. And he doesn't really have a superpower that I know of, other than just being really, really good, like John Wick.
He's a Vietnam veteran, ex-police officer whose family was killed by the mob, and now he's very motivated and very well equipped and very talented, and he's like an expert tactician. So he'll just shoot fucking Spider-Man in the head sometimes. You know, there's episodes where he did that. There's a whole like alternate.
Did Spider-Man die from that?
Yeah, he killed the entire Marvel universe in one comic. He killed
He
every.
doesn't even have superpowers. He just has guns. That's hilarious.
Well,
he's like Batman. He's very clever with guns.
He's very clever with the guns,
clever. You
right?
just shoot
Like
the guy.
You know, if he needs a fancy bullet to get the job done, well, he'll just get himself some fancy bullets that can kill.
But Spider-Man has Spidey sense. He should have dodged it.
They were like this close. He just shot him in the head. And what did he do to Spider-Man? Was already, I think in that comic, Spider-Man was already fighting with like another, like a villain. Like they were in the middle of a fight, and he just takes.
How do they bring him
like,
back?
It's one of those one-offs where they don't bring him back. He literally kills the entire Marvel universe. He kills all the X-Men. He kills all the Avengers. He kills every Marvel character that exists.
I get stuck in the who can beat who, like subgenre of what we're talking about. Like Hulk versus Thing seem to fight a lot, where Hulk almost always wins, but not always wins. Thing is the big rock guy from Fantastic Four. Yeah, Superman. In a team is not the best guy out there, but apparently he's the 1v1 champ. It's very difficult to beat him. He's invulnerable to almost everything except magic. So a guy like Doctor Strange, if he were to come over, Superman doesn't really have any defenses against magic. That's the
psychic attacks.
How can magic hurt him if he's invulnerable to everything except for kryptonite, right?
And magic.
Oh, okay. Well, that answered that.
He could just slice him in two with his
kryptonite, and then there's like characters who like control like the molecular structure of things, so they can just be like,
Dr. Manhattan.
now you're water, you know, like.
And then the highest level characters are hard to even get, right? They're like, this is the creator, and the creator kind of translates into the artist who's making this in real life, and he's the most powerful guy of all, and you're like, oh, well, that's kind of cheating. You know, and then there's another one. Is he called?
What a lame ass LARPy way for some like fat bald guy to write himself in. It's
kind of what happens.
Yeah, I'm the creator.
Yeah, there are a bunch of it gets really convoluted and difficult to understand in some to some regards, because like I said, there in the DC universe, there's like I said, I think 55 Earths that exist where each one has a different like setup. Like there's 55 different kinds of Superman. There's Ultraman. There's an Ultraman that's from a world where the Nazis won, so he's like evil Ultraman. There's an Ultraman where the United States is run by like a police state, so he's like totalitarian Ultraman. There's a whole bunch of them. And then like outside of that bubble that they call the multiverse, there's all of these beings that exist over that. And there's like hell and heaven. They both exist outside of that, where like, you know, you've literally got basically the DC universe's God and angels, but you've also got a Satan and demons. And you also have a similar thing going on in the Marvel universe, right? Because John Constantine from the Keanu Reeves movie is a Marvel character. You know, he exists in there. And there are crossovers where John Constantine is like working with the Fantastic Four and shit like that to fight demons. It's super convoluted, and there's so much source material because they were cranking out multiple comics every week since the 40s or something like that with DC, and since like whatever the 70s or something like 60s or 70s with Marvel.
Some of these are really interesting.
One more comic book thing: the Daredevil was canceled today.
Daredevil? Oh, really? No. The Netflix series?
Yeah, they canceled it.
Were you guys still liking that or no?
I just watched the most recent season that just came out a couple weeks ago or something like that. It wasn't great, you know. I feel like they really lost the magic from the first season. And I don't know. I don't know if it has anything to do with the Disney buyout of Marvel. Maybe not.
Guess.
But man, the whole thing seems to be going down the drain. I don't think it necessarily does, because Jessica Jones is still a thing and the Punisher are still a thing. And it wasn't like they took them all at once.
I think it's related to Disney starting its own streaming service. So Daredevil might be a property they want for themselves. Whereas you can have Jessica Jones. That's my theory.
Why would they not want all of their properties, though? You know,
Some
it seems
suck. You know,
Jessica Jones sucks.
That's what I'm getting at. And they don't have Jessica. You said that one kept going, right?
Well, see, they also canceled Iron Fist, which was the worst, and I think maybe Luke Cage, which was like second worst. Or they canceled them all except for Punisher and Jessica Jones.
I'm retroactively making this all sense in my head. Well, like, yeah, they canceled the bad ones because they're bad, and the good ones because they're good.
They want them.
Yeah. See, I got it all figured out, Kyle. You come to me.
I don't know about that.
The media
but
ones,
like,
they keep going on Netflix.
I don't know. I really enjoyed the first season of Daredevil. I I felt like it was filmed so well, choreographed so well, and I felt like they'd done something believable about one of these like lower tier heroes who's just a guy with some power, but he's no world beater. And what it would be like to face off against half a dozen Russians in a hallway. And it was like, yeah, I think that's about what it would look like. You get the shit kicked out of you because there's fucking 6 of them. and I really enjoyed that. And then season 2 was just a shit show, and then season 3 was kind of lame too, if I'm being honest. I watched it all, but it was better than 2, but not as good as 1. I love the Punisher though. That may be my favorite, maybe my favorite character. God damn, I like that.
Yeah, I forget what I liked on the Punisher. Was the Punisher season 2 of Daredevil?
Yeah,
So I liked that. I thought. I might have liked season 1 of Punisher. I'm not sure I saw it. Season 1 of Punisher by himself, I seem to like less than the world did.
I did as well. I felt like the story was so drug out. It felt like there was, I'm going to make up, it felt like 4 or 5 or maybe 6 episodes worth of content, but over the course of 10 or 12 episodes or whatever it was like there was a lot of filler and shit I didn't give a shit about, and like B stories and C stories that I don't fucking care about. I just want to see John Berthenol or whatever his name is, fucking the Punisher. I want to see the Punisher, and I want to see the bad guys, and I want to see the bad guys hurting people, making me feel angry and upset. I want the bad guys to be evil. I want them to rape, pillage, murder. I want them to kill kids. I want them to be like swapping leukemia drugs out with sugar water for profit, shit like that. And then I want the fucking Punisher to fucking show up and be like merciless.
John Wick had it all figured out, right? First 10 minutes of the movie, bad guys kill a puppy, and then the next 80 minutes of the movie, John Wick kills everyone else.
Hell yeah. That's what I need. I love those movies. I like revenge movies. They watched Judge Dredd one too many times. I am the law. I love that movie. I know it's a B movie. People don't like it or whatever, but
I liked it.
Carl Urban, I think, in Dredd. I have rented that thing 4 times probably. It's paying $4 each time because I love it. I love it. I love that movie. Every minute of it, every second of it, I find to be really gritty and grounded, and it's a small story, but it's one that I'm really interested in because it's its own universe. With Judge Dredd, is he a Marvel character or DC? I don't know.
Is he a superhero?
Not a superhero, but I think he's like a graphic novel hero, like a comic hero of some kind. I think. But
is he like a Batman kind of hero? Like he has like a really cool suit.
It's in the future, post like a big apocalypse, and the Earth is super overcrowded, or at least the cities are, and they have these mega cities, and they have these
like
incredibly,
a cyberpunk thing. Yeah,
and he is the law. The criminal justice system has been boiled down to judges, and Judge Dredd, he sees a crime, he responds to crime like a cop would, but then he is judge, jury, and executioner. So he's gonna be like, loitering. You better not be there when I get back, or it's 6 weeks in an ISO cube, whatever that is. Sounds like they're gonna put you in a cube and leave you there for a while. He comes back, you're still there. 6 weeks in an ISO cube. You attempted murder, punishment's death. Boom. And,
like society's gotten so overcrowded, it's gotten to the point where they need to cut out all the bullshit, and they just have these judges that go in and just like enforce order.
He wears the helmet.
Like green on a Tuesday, just trying to kill people.
And so Judge Dredd is the most hardcore of these hardcore elite people that are judges. He's the baddest of them all. And his little thing, like he always wears the helmet in the books, I guess. He never takes his helmet off. I don't know. I know the girls got hers off for most of the thing because her telepathy doesn't work without it. But the thing was that Judge Dredd never takes the thing off. So when Sylvester Stallone makes the movie Judge Dredd, first thing he does is take the helmet off because he's so vain he can't deal with it. But Carl Urban, on the other hand, is a big fan of the original work. He loves it. He's a fan of it. He didn't take the helmet off. He just scowls. That frown of his is so great in that movie. I love it.
I didn't see any reference to it being part of another universe like DC or Marvel, as far as I can tell. I'm not sure though. Yeah, I like Judge Dredd too, and it's pretty badass.
I like his gun. His gun's badass.
Dude, the whole thing... I like movies that go on the edge of believable. Maybe some guys will say it wasn't believable, but it's kind of like John Wick, where like John Wick is just the perfect version of a real person, right? Like that could happen if everything went right. And
he's not doing anything supernatural. He's just fucking well-trained and hardcore.
Well,
he's not doing anything that can't
doing
happen.
his training regimen, right?
I think the big thing for that shot, and what I liked about it, honestly, wasn't necessarily like what they were doing, but how it was shot. Because they use those IMAX cameras on those gimbals, and that viewpoint's really cool to me. And I liked at the end when the transfer truck fucking disobeys the laws of physics and like upends and flips or whatever, all that stuff. And then, of course, at the end, the Joker's there like, hit me, and that crazy performance of his, that sold it well, too,
Yeah.
Ass the fuck over, wouldn't you? Is there anybody here who wouldn't have been like, okay, fucking like get another gear?
I agree with Woody. I agree with both of you. I think that it was a spectacular car chase, and I do think that it broke a lot of continuity because I noticed the same stuff that Woody was talking about. But what I think made it work, despite or in spite of breaking continuity, is that car chase scenes like that one are. I like car chase scenes that take their time and that have good pacing and cadence, and that is not a breakneck whiplash car chase scene the whole way through like you'll see in some Jason Bourne films, you'll see in the Mission Impossible films or the Fast and Furious films that don't do it particularly well, in my opinion. The Dark Knight car chase scene, you're talking about slow-moving semis that are skidding around corners and going up on ramps slowly and flipping over and big dramatic slow flips, and I think that the pacing is what really ties that thing together, and you really feel this sort of marathon of the moment, and it's not like just constantly.
You know who does that really well? I'm gonna date myself with this reference, but Beverly Hills Cop. Beverly Hills Cop. The bad guys are in like it might be an armored car or it might be a cement truck, and they're running away, and then like the cops get a garbage truck in the hot pursuit, and they're both in these vehicles that can't go fast, that can't corner well, like they slowly like work their way through the gears, and it's a hilarious but really well done car chase.
Terminator 2, at the end of Terminator 2, when they're leaving Cyberdyne and heading for the steel foundry. They commandeer this like pickup truck with a cab on the back, and Schwarzenegger's driving as fast as it'll go, and the T-1000 is coming up behind him in this big semi truck, and he's just fucking getting gears and hauling ass. And John Connor's like, go faster, go faster. Like, this is the vehicle's maximum speed. Are you fucking kidding me? It's 55.
That's another perfect example of a well-paced car chase.
Yeah,
scene.
man. And the chopper at the beginning. Now, Terminator 2 is one of my all-time favorites. Like,
What's
God, I love that fucking movie.
Is Terminator 2 where, like, I guess the kid's in a lot of trouble. He might be on a dirt bike, and then out of nowhere, Stallone comes in the chopper. You know, he's got a big cruiser of some sort with a shotgun. Am I messing up the thing?
Schwarzenegger.
Oh,
right.
Oh, no. That's my thing. I mess up names.
Yes, he fucking comes on the Harley and does that big jump where you can see it's not him really jumping. But say what you want. Like, I would prefer that special effect, that real practical effect where we got a stunt driver that looks a little like Arnold Schwarzenegger, put this wig on him and he jumped. Much more than seeing CGI Schwarzenegger jump, right? Like when that bike hits the fucking bottom of the reservoir, the shocks give out. That bike ain't made for that shit. Like, it's cool to see that scene. And then him, of course, whipping that shotgun around, that lever action. And
Kyle remembers the dialogue. And
no, he does better than me probably with the dialogue. It's little pieces. It's our favorite parts of the dialogue, I'm sure.
But you remember the dialogue across a lot of movies. And
sure.
Taylor, like, when he just like breaks down what's happening, I'm blown away by all the names he remembers. Never in my life have I ever remembered like the names of different shit like that. You know, and the names are not even words, right? He's not like right. The bad guy lived on Elm Street.
Spider. Yeah, Erica the big spider. No, it's Shelob. It's a name that's never used before ever. Oh, Shelob, forgive me.
Yeah,
they have phonetics in the Cimmerillion.
It is specifically the names. You know, I could tell you the battle was at Helm's Deep, and a layer below that, it's all fog. It's all just words to be ignored.
Yeah. Gilead, where many bled.
It's a wonder my vocabulary is past 100 words, because if I don't know it, I just like skip it and hope I can get along without it. You know?
Yeah. Or you just mash other letters together and something that's similar. You know, it's, when you like say a name from Game of Thrones, I feel like you have a checklist over there that's like, all right, I'm going to put in a Y and then 2 vowels and 2 to 3 random consonants, and that's like Game of Thrones name. It has a Y and a lot of vowels.
There's a silent U in there. Yeah, good. Okay.
An umlaut over one of those U's. Oh, perfect. Now, that looks very foreign. Yeah.
I'm definitely gonna rewatch it now. I have to. I've been wanting to for a while. It's just a real commitment to start. You know, it's.
I rewatched the first two not long ago, and it's funny because I've done that more than once. I have seen the third one fewer times than like 1/4 as many times as the other two.
Yeah.
Because I'll watch the first one or two and then not get to the third.
I gotta close it out. I gotta get Frodo back home. His lips are all fucking chapped and shit, and he's hungry. When his lips were chapped, I was just like, man, I wish I could get him some Carmex.
His
No, I
lips
know they
were
did it on-
actually chapped for that scene. And I have to say this too. You realize, like, when you see Frodo holding the ring in the movie, his fingernails are very, very ripped apart and shredded and torn and bitten at, and like very, very little and nubby. And originally, he was like, I saw this in some interview where Elijah Wood was like, I have to stop biting my fingernails and fuck him with them because obviously there's gonna be a lot of close-ups on my hands holding this ring. And Peter Jackson apparently told him like, no,
I fucking love that.
don't stop picking your nails. Don't stop biting them. That's exactly what this character would be doing. He's stressed out beyond all, consolation. Nobody's able to console this dude. He would be biting and picking, and he's so in his own head, like, that's great. And it comes through in those scenes where he's holding the ring, and it's like a trembling hand that's seen so much, and he's in so much pain, and
turning
can't
it
express
over.
it to anyone. Turning it over lovingly, but also fearfully.
I think The Dark Knight Rises. I think the same thing happened with Bane. Like I think I love little fun like facts of that. I think because what's his name? The guy who played Bane, Tom Hardy. Yeah, he used to play like college ball, and so when you see Bane kind of like walking around like this with his vest.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this is kind of how like
Right.
NFL
Grab your pads.
football players they do it to pull the jersey down so it airs out. So I think Tom Hardy was probably just on set at one point doing that, waiting between shots, and Chris Nolan was like, yes, like that's gonna be like the iconic Bane pose now, right?
The same story is terrible. Like,
I liked it.
I hated it. Bane was such a dude. The third Batman really fucking falls apart for me in retrospect when I look back. That whole fist fight they have at the end. In what universe does that occur? One without firearms, apparently, because I killed Bane in about 3 fucking seconds from 1,000 yards away. I wouldn't fist fight him in broad daylight, though. I would. That's what he wants, right? And I guess that's the point that Batman has risen up But that's not what Batman does when you really think about it. The Dark Knight should be coming up with a way to turn this on him and use his strength against him, which in that cartoon that we've all watched together that we watched, Woody, he uses jujitsu, of course. He's like, I'm going to tear you apart. He's putting him in arm bars, breaks both of his arms, putting him in leg locks, breaking both of his fucking knees. And by the end of it, Bane is fucking, it wasn't Bane actually in that. It was the leader of the mutants or whatever. But at the end of it, he's crippled. Batman cripples him. That's what would have been better if Batman used some sort of fighting technique rather than just doing a lot of push-ups in a hole.
Batman's not above weapons and stuff. Like whenever he fights Superman, he seems to be in some sort of super suit to level the playing field. Yeah. If he wanted to fight Bane, he'd come back with bionic arms or something and level the
gadgets of some kind.
Yeah,
but it just. I want to believe that there is a Batman fighting crime. I need you to help me suspend that disbelief. You did a pretty good job in this last movie with Ben Affleck. God damn, he was big. And the idea of him branding them to make them afraid of him. It's very important that you fear Batman if he's going to be a real thing. Because a man in a suit jumping around, if we're all adults with no fear in our hearts, is going to be dead in about 5 minutes because we've all got a gun and a flashlight. So it's important that there's a mythos around this character, that he's a terrifying specter. Maybe he's a half bat, half man. Yeah. Maybe he's a god. We don't fucking know. He comes out of the dark and brands us. Yeah, you don't know. So, I don't know.